Hello and welcome to the Tarkis Zone. Thank you for joining me. It's going to be playing Crossout today, and they did a major patch this morning, 8/18 of 2017. And I don't know. I read the patch notes. They said they addressed the balancing concerns. They said they addressed most of the concerns that people have been complaining about. But I just played 3 games in a row, and I noticed a couple things. It seems like I lived longer. It definitely seemed like I wasn't being killed in a disadvantaged way. But during the matchmaking, the scores are still silly. Like I'm running right now this build right here. This build, I'm running at a 5300. So right one a little bit below 5,400 power score. I was in games. The last game I was in, I was with a guy who had a 6,500 score. So I don't understand where they're getting this balancing, and I didn't have anybody on my team anywhere close to that, and most of my teams were full of the AI bots that the game gives you. And I played 3 games in a row, and I noticed that the power score craziness is mismatched. So maybe what I got to do is I got to tweak my rig to get back up to 6,000 or maybe 6,500 if that's where they're going to put me. I did well in one of the games. I got MVP. The other 2 games, I didn't feel like the game was mismatched at all, but it was only 3 games. But what the silliness is it seems like they're not balancing the teams. I'm going to go into a quick battle here so that you can see what I'm talking about. Maybe it won't show you this time, but it seems like they say they addressed all these balancing concerns. And I'm also finding that the games are taking longer to get into. The waiting is longer, and that might be because people haven't uploaded the new patch yet, so they're taking time to do that. The chat seems to stay longer now, so I've got all that back chat that's on my chat bar. So here we go. Let's see what we got going here. Whoop. I was hoping that guy would move by the time I rolled around. These guys aren't moving at all. All right. Okay, let's go out there and see what's going on. All right. It looks like we didn't get any bots this time, any AI. And if you didn't know that, when you enter a game, the game will fill non-humans with bots. That's that Helen and that Adam and anybody who's got that one word name is usually a bot. I'm just following this guy. It looked like they were handling that one guy who had peeled off. So here we go. Wow. Let's see if we can drop my turret there. See if I can roll back around and do some damage to this guy. Wow, I just ripped off his entire back panel. I wouldn't go in that direction, dude. There's a freaking detonating bot that guy just run into. You watch that? I mean, you can rewind it if you want, but that guy just rolled into a detonating bot that was on my team. That's funny. Ooh, look at that guy. Oh, you got some turrets, some like neat stuff on that rig. I like how that guy's got his rig built. That's what's nice about it, is you can give kudos to people that have some really cool builds. So right now this guy's in between, or was in between, my drone and my ground bot. He took out my drone. Ooh, I guess I got some wheel problems. I'm not turning. That's alright. I can still help from this angle. Doing the best I can here. I got my wheel got taken out, right? Oh, there's get my drone in the air. It's hard when you got 3 people wailing on you, right? And the rest of my team, I don't know where they are. I got this one guy who's taking 2 people out. Where is that guy? Yeah, you gotta love that person who doesn't really play the game right, because this guy is pretty much just sniping kills. That's what you're gonna get in this game, because where he's at, he's not really helping. I mean, he's got to get into the fray. He's got to get into the battle, you know? Especially if you're running drones, you got to get into the battle. So it's like it seemed like he was just sniping kills, and people will do that. They'll wait until all the enemies are weak. They'll go in and clean up all the kills, and that's what's part of the problem with this game. Is the fact being is somebody can do that to you. Is that you get more reputation by killing people, not by doing anything else. So let's look at the balancing here. Look at this. This guy's 6,100. This guy's 58. This guy's 6,000. Again, it's not balancing it correctly. I'm 53 for God's sakes. It's a 700-point difference. I mean, that's wrong. So they haven't really balanced, in my opinion, the power scores. You know, the battle was smoother. The feel was a little different. But I'm afraid that when the actual bulk of these weenie players get the patch downloaded, get on, they're just going to own people again. So I'm kind of saddened by what I'm seeing. And again, well, I want to go back to that sniping premise where the person sits back, waits for people to get the numbers down on the enemies, and they come in and swipe. That's the problem also that plagues this game, is they're not rewarding people for actually playing as a team. They're rewarding people for killing people. So if you get the credit for the last hit, then you can actually steal reputation from all your people that are on your team. And people get into the game like that guy. He was just sniping. He's basically not in a fray. He's holding back, hoping that we nick him down, and then he flies in with his drones or whatever he was doing to get the kills so that he gets the most reputation. And people play that way, and it's not the reward system is not team oriented. I mean, that's the problem with the reputation gains in this game. It says, like, when you got a troll on your team who's only in it for the reputation, he doesn't care if you win or lose. He just wants the most kills so he gets the most reputation so that he can drive his character better. And that's part of the frustration, too. So this was just a quick update for today, August 18th. Now, if you see something that I'm not seeing, please make a comment on my YouTube channel. All right, well, thank you for joining me. This has been the Tarkis Zone.